Right here in this box could be my next everyday carry gun. This pistol has really been making waves, everybody is talking about it, and people just seem to love this pistol. So I just had to buy one. In this video, we're unboxing it, we're putting it to the test, and seeing if it truly lives up to the hype. The M&P Shield Plus Carry Comp. Let's do it. What is up, guys? Will Workman here with Workman Protection, here to give you the skills, the tools, and the mindset to protect yourself and your family. I chose this gun because everything that I've heard and read is that it does an amazing job of being a small concealable handgun that shoots like a full-size gun. Is it the best everyday carry gun? You decide. Be sure to stick around to the end of this video because we're not just going to be looking at this gun, we're going to be taking it to the range and actually testing it. Let's get right into it. So guys, first impressions, this gun feels really nice. I love the texture that Smith & Wesson is doing on their pistols now. It's almost like a really thin, simple stippling job on it, which is great because you guys know that I love stippling on a gun. But it's not too aggressive. It's not super abrasive. With the 15 round mag there, I feel like that's a really good fit for my hands. It's nice and big. With the 10 round mag, for me, I can pretty much get a pinky, like half a pinky on there. So I'm very curious to shoot this thing and see what my performance is like with the 15 round mag and the 13 and especially the 10 round mag to see if there's much of a difference there. I really like the look and feel of the size of this gun. I love the serrations on the slide here. It makes it super simple to, press check, and it just looks awesome. Like that metal work there, I don't know how well you guys can see that, but that metal work is just so cool. And then you've got the compensator on the end of the gun. Really excited about this. This is supposed to really minimize recoil a lot. I know with a lot of the other shields, they're kind of snappy, so I've heard that this one does much better with recoil. I'm very curious to see how well this one conceals. I've got a Eclipse holster for this one, the sponsor of today's video. This one is the cowhide. I love this style holster, guys, because it's super trippy. It looks like it should be a cowhide leather holster, but it's still Kydex. Eclipse Holsters makes custom Kydex holsters that ship in 3 days or less. I've been to their factory, guys, and they make an incredible product. They care so much about their customers and the quality of the product they make. So if you need a good custom holster shipped in 3 days or less, then check them out at eclipseholsters.com. We're not only gonna test how well it shoots, but we're gonna test concealment and comfort with this thing too. I will say with the 15 round mag, this thing does still feel significantly smaller than my Glock 19. Like, even though that's longer on the end, it's definitely much, much thinner than my Glock 19, which is what I typically carry every day. So it definitely feels smaller, but I love that you can have that longer grip with the 15 round magazine. So like I said, this one is the Performance Center model, and really all that means is it's got a little bit of extra bells and whistles. So of course this gun is clear, it just came out of the box. It's got the Performance Center trigger, which is a much crisper break. There's still some slack that needs to come up there, you can see that. But once you get to that wall, it's just such a clean, crisp break. I haven't shot this particular model with the Performance Center, but I have shot some other Shield Pluses with the Performance Center trigger, and they are incredible. Then you've got your sights that are supposed to be much better than the standard Shield and Shield Plus sights, and I do like that. I like that bright green and then just the black rear sights. This one is also cut and ready for a red dot, so I plan on adding a Holosun red dot onto this bad boy. Part of the reason I wanted to get this gun, guys, is just because of the different options, right? If you want a really small concealed carry gun to wear, let's say with an Enigma in gym shorts, then this is a really small, nice concealed carry gun. But if you want to, have something that you can get a better grip on and be a bigger gun without being massive or heavy, then you've got a 15 round magazine here, which is awesome. So I just love the different options that you can have for this gun. Now we've seen all the bells and whistles. We need to test more than just how the gun looks and feels in the hand. Let's see how well it conceals and how well I can shoot it. Let's go to the range. Gosh, that's bright. So I'll be honest with you guys, I filmed the intro to that video like 3 months ago. We had a huge flood in West Virginia. The range was a muddy mess for a couple weeks. Then my wife and I had our third baby, and then we moved last week. So I am both Very sad that I still have not shot this gun yet. I'm also really ashamed that I haven't been to the range in like 3 months. Yeah, real rusty.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
But I'm super excited to shoot this gun. I haven't really been carrying it much because I don't really feel like it's good for me to carry a gun that I'm not familiar with and that I haven't shot before. So now we're actually headed to the range to try this thing out. Super excited to shoot this gun. But first we gotta grab some lunch. Chick-fil-A would be awesome right now, but it is in the opposite direction as the range. So we're gonna settle for Taco Bell. Crispy chicken nugget combo. Really not sure about chicken nuggets from Taco Bell, but we shall see. Don't know if you can see that, but it's definitely not ideal. Thank you, ma'am. I'm pulling into my church parking lot to eat for a minute because, first of all, it's raining, so I'm gonna have to give it some time for that to pass. Also, turns out it is literally impossible to eat Taco Bell chicken nuggets and dip them in sauce while eating nacho fries and dipping them in cheese sauce and driving at the same time. I gave it the old college try, but it just wasn't working. So Taco Bell chicken nuggets, not Chick-fil-A by any means, but not too bad. Looks like we got a break in the rain for right now, so let's load up and get to shooting. So I'm just gonna focus on how the gun shoots right now and just shoot like from the low ready, not time anything, not work from the holster, because I just wanna see how the gun feels, how the trigger feels, how it works. So I'm gonna do that and go through all of the mags and then we'll start working from the holster. I'm gonna start with this middle size mag here. So this is the 13 round mag, and then there's also a 15 round, and then the flush 10 round mag. So I'm gonna shoot the middle one first and then I'll shoot the small one, the 10 round mag. I would imagine that that would be a little bit more challenging because it's less to hold on to, and I think I'm definitely gonna like the biggest one the best. Let's give it a shot and see. All right, first shots through this thing. All right, I feel like that's a pretty good size. The gun is just a little bit snappy. Not bad because you can get a full grip on it, but you can definitely tell that it's lighter. Let's try this small mag and see what that feels like. So here's the flush mag. All right, so I definitely started coming up there. I was working the trigger a little too fast. Still not bad. Like this small mag, I have little hands.
Might be small, but they're lethal weapons, these.
You got your mother's hands.
And I can still get my pinky on that. So it's not like it's a tiny gun even with that. It's still workable, but I definitely want to try the bigger mag. Weather said we had like 10 minutes before it started dumping. So we're gonna shoot some more and then we might head back to the shelter if it gets too bad. All right, so here's the big mag. Did you see that jerk? Man, it's been a while since I've been at the range. All right, just relax, go to work. That definitely felt a lot better. I was able to really get a full grip on that, and it really it feels like a bigger gun than it is. It's super thin. Yeah, it feels really good. Okay, I'm gonna pause for a second, get under the shelter, and then we'll come back and do some shooting here in a minute. I can't stand when people do gun reviews and they're like, oh, this is the best gun for concealed carry. It conceals so well, it fits great in my waistband, and you can't even tell it's there. I've never shot it before or anything, but it's a great gun. You gotta test stuff to see if it's great. I also feel like it takes I don't know, 50 rounds through a gun just to even get used to how the trigger feels, how to manage the recoil, adjusting your grip, especially when you haven't been to the range in a long time. I don't even feel comfortable telling you guys what I think yet because first rounds through it, you really don't know much other than oh, I want to keep shooting this to see. I feel like you need to get 50 to 100 rounds through a gun before you can really tell if you shoot it well or not. But what do I know? I haven't been to the range in 3 months. I'm gonna work from the holster a little bit, just kind of relaxed, do a little bit of drawing and shooting. This is with the 13 round mag, so I want to see what that feels like. And let's do the little mag. I can tell you one thing I already don't like about this gun is the mag release right here. I can't, like, I have to smash it like, that's not the mag release, I'm stupid. That's a slide release.
Well, you know what I meant.
No, you messed it up. You're stupid.
I have to mash it down, like slide it like 3 times as hard as I can just to get enough grip to get it down. It's like it doesn't stick out enough. It still works, but if you like to kind of slingshot it, then that may work better. Good Lord. I will say that the smaller mag is not as snappy as I expected. I expected it to be a huge difference, but I think just because I can still get my pinky on, even with no mag in there, I can just about get a full pinky on. It's not as drastic a difference as I thought it would be, which is really nice. All right, 15 round mag. I'm gonna use a timer for a little bit. Draw to first shot, a couple draw to first shots. Here we go. So A-zone hit. And we're at like 7 yards. Probably should take the tape off my shot timer. Draw to first shot was on 119, so not terrible for not being at the range from forever.
Was that fast? I thought that was fast. Was it fast? Was it?
Yeah.
Like 108, 110 is usually kind of where I land with a pretty comfortable draw at like 7 yards. So let's see if we can get close to there. That one, 114. 119. All right. I was a little off out of the A zone into the C zone. That was a 112.
Okay. All right.
That's about where I'd expect to be even with my Glock 19. So it's not hard to get a grip on. I think I just expected it to be smaller than it is. So I'm kind of pleasantly surprised that it feels like a little bit of a bigger gun. I've got 8 rounds left. I tell you what, let's do a build drill and see what the compensator can do. The compensator is really supposed to help with recoil and being able to get back on target quickly. I'll be honest, I would feel pretty good at like a 250 with my Glock 19 with my red dot that I'm familiar with. So let's just shoot for under 3. For, you know, draw and fire 6 rounds into the A zone. All right, I did have 1 out of the A zone, but that was a 227. I would be pretty proud of that for not being at the range for a long time, even with my Glock 19. Guys, this thing is smooth, 2 or 3 rounds, but just watch the rise out of this gun. To be as thin and small as it is, like, there's really not much there. The recoil really is not bad for a gun as slim and as light as it is. I think that compensator, I don't know if it makes a huge difference, but it's significant enough that you can notice it, you know, different than its Shield Plus. I think that compensator makes a difference. I do notice that because the compensator is connected with the slide, it's all one piece, the slide gets pretty warm pretty quick. Like, we haven't fired that many rounds. It's getting toasty. So overall, guys, I really like this gun. Again, they didn't send it to me for free or anything like that. The only reason I got a discount is just because one of my friends works there. But I'm really happy with this purchase. I could have chosen any gun, and I wanted kind of that in-between good concealed carry gun, but not being like a bodyguard or something tiny like that. So I wanted something smaller than the Glock 19, but still beefy enough to get a good grip on. And I was just really drawn to the carry comp because of that compensator. I thought it may make a difference. I'm not super familiar with the Shield. I've only shot it a few times, so I don't know. I'd have to kind of shoot them side by side to see if it was really significant. But guys, I really like this gun, and it's pouring the rain again. If you gain value from this, then don't forget to like and subscribe down below. And until next time, be alert, stand firm in your faith, be strong, be courageous, and let all that you do be done in love. Stay dry. We'll see you next time.